Hello there. Would you like to know about my onuses and monuses? Of course not. That's weird. But I'm gonna tell you anyway, because why the heck not? I'm your host, a dragon without teeth, and cue that freaking video! Gumball Watterson asks, what is your attitude? Well, Mr. Watterson, if you must know, I tend to be optimistic, though it really depends on my mood. My brain argues with itself a lot, which totally isn't weird at all, when in deep concentration, like when studying dusty history books or doing other things. I'll be a boiling volcano, and it will snap with the temper of 1,000 chained dogs if interrupted. I really need to control that. Oh, and I hate egos. That's why I keep my self-esteem lower than a limbo pole. Sean the Sheep asks, what are your sleeping habits?
I sleep the amount I need to.
And unlike most kids, I don't go to sleep at freaking 3 a.m. How do you stay up that long? I have strange dreams, though. Like that one about Rango being trapped at a bouncy house jail on a floating island in Mexico. That was a good one. Alas, it takes me forever to get to sleep. My brain won't stop yammering about life. And sometimes it's just too much work to get out of bed. Michelangelo asks, what is your risk-taking behavior? Well, if talking about petty crap like drugs, no, I'm not going to give myself lung cancer just so I can look stupid shoving a flaming stick in my mouth. But if you talk about taking the risk of ziplining or something, well, that's a different story, because that is freaking fun! Am I that big reckless? Yeah, I can be a twit and do something without thinking, but frick, everybody does, unless they're perfect, which nobody is. Rick asks, how is your time management? Screw procrastinating. I can procrastinate later. If I have something to get done, I get it done now. I'm obsessed with scheduling, timing, and order, with a level of OCD so high that I'd organize my internal organs into an order of relevance if I could. I always make schoolwork a first priority, though nothing is better than the ability known as multitasking. That said, sometimes you just don't feel like doing a single thing at all ever besides watching shows about a boy, his dog, and anthropomorphic candy creatures. Rigby asks, how do you manage your stress? Okay, why are you all asking so many weird questions? Nosy cartoon clowns. So stress can be a problem when you spend 3 hours of your day comprehending complex words in a gigantic textbook. So what do I do to manage this stress? Break stuff! Well, rarely. Sometimes, if that temper volcano explodes, I may rain lava by smashing an electronic gadget right in the screen. That's unfortunately how I cracked my computer screen when I was 6. However, I try to just take a break from whatever I'm doing and maybe just watch TV, or bang my head against a wall. Or eat. The almighty spirits ask, how is your spirituality? Oh, almighty spirits. Hate to break it to you, but spirits aren't exactly taken kindly to in this part of town. Now scram! It took me way too long to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. When I was younger, ironically, I procrastinated on it. However, I do have multiple ideas of what I want to be, but the thing I really want to live up to is my moral standards. Oh, and I have made it clear to everybody that I will never swear. Besides that one time I tried saying sit. Gert asks, what is your food and beverage intake? You know, I feel like I'm being held at gunpoint by Ronald McDonald while answering this. I used to eat cookies. Every single day. Stick my hand to the cookie jar, take out 2 cookies, then... Luckily, I have ditched that fattening habit and now only eat sweets on there in front of my face. So it's not as much. I also like cheese. I usually eat healthy foods, so Pop-Tarts might not be considered a very healthy breakfast. In the food pyramid, I find respectable, if annoying. Also, I like cheese. I only drink water and juice, but seriously though, cheese. Johnny Bravo asks, how is your social interaction? Me. On one hand, I keep to my friend circle, which has quite a bit of humans in it. On the other hand, popularity contests are not my strong spot, so I'm usually considered that one guy who can throw with his freaking back. I do see my friends quite a bit, but it really doesn't help that I developed a long-standing war against social media. Ugh, I hate selfies. Steven Universe asks, what is your level of activity? Well, I like TV. Next question!
Just kidding.
I go to Planet Fitness, walk the dogs, took gym class for 3.5 years, do 20 push-ups every day, and still, I barely have muscles. Thanks, God! I'm still trying to develop these dang muscles, but I guess I could say I work out. A lot. Iceberg asks, what are your habits, hobbies, and interests? Is watching crappy YouTube videos considered an interest? Well, for one, I like animation, so you know. I watch TV a lot. Not exactly sure I should be admitting this to my health teacher. I read, I eat, I hang out with my dogs, I do homework so much it's practically become a hobby. I do have a couple bad habits though, like chewing with my mouth open and saying frick. Enough about me though. Freaking next question! Dr. Doofenshmirtz asks, how are your doctor's visits? Finally! Change the subject to my boys down at the clinic! Usually I go to see the doctor for checkups, which is unfortunately very rarely. About yearly. Also, I might go to see them when I'm nearly dead, I guess. The dentist is cool, though. I see them every 6 months, where they tell me to floss, and I don't. Again, I really question how much I should be admitting to my health teacher.
Timmy the Talking Tooth asks,
how's your hygiene? My dentist told me I only have one cavity when I really should have 32. I brush my teeth mostly every morning, and I take daily showers. Deodorant might be a problem, though. And I sometimes forget to wash my hands. Okay, next thing. This is getting disgusting. Anime Girl asks, what is your relationship status? I'd prefer not to talk about that. Friendship-wise, though, I try to have as little enemies as possible, which is why I haven't had to fight with anybody since a 6th grade argument over a Pokemon card. That was stupid. I get along with my parents quite well, and the rest of my family is cool besides one annoying cousin. But relationships, yeah, we're not entering that apartment. Recycling Ben Ron asks, what is your environment like? Fine, actually. Home has occasional brawls, but nothing too serious. School is surprisingly peaceful despite being flippin' high school. Definitely improvement over middle school, where tweens tackled each other in the hallways because they stole each other's fidget spinners. And I like nature. And finally, Doctor Who asks, what is your family's medical history? I'm destined to go bald in the future, so there's that. I also could get diabetes in the future, so that stinks. Other than that, though. And there's my video. Please cue somebody else's presentation. I need a shower.